Hey, good morning, everyone. So today we are going to revise the topic fibrous skeleton of the heart and what are the different component parts of the conducting system of the heart. Okay, so already it is completed. So discuss what are the different components and what is the framework of this fibrous tissue within the heart. Okay, so we are going to see what are the different parts. See, fibrous skeleton. Actually, the name given skeleton. So, skeleton means it refers to the bone. So, what type of fibrous structure here? It is giving a structural support to the heart. It is a collagenous tissue. So, in what way it is giving structural support? By forming different rings. So, first you see what kind of fibrous tissue. It is a dense connective tissue. As you know, the dense connective tissue means there is a condensed mass of collagenous tissue. Here, the tissue is collagenous tissue. So, it is a dense type of connective tissue which is present within the heart. So, how it is forming a structural support. So, it lies in the plane between the atria and the ventricles. So, what is the meaning of this sentence? It is level. So, in what plane we can expect this fibrous structure? So, it exactly lies between the atria, between two atria and the two ventricles. Okay, and this plane is corresponds to the atrioventricular groove or orifices. As you know, a groove or orifice lies between the atria and ventricles. So, what are these two? Right and left atrioventricular orifices. So, if you see where the fibrous structure means the collagenous tissue is accumulated in the form of a skeleton. So, what is that plane? It exactly lies between the atria and ventricles. So, we can expect this at the level of the orifices, which are atrioventricular orifices, right? See this picture showing what is that level. So, between the two atria above and two ventricle below and in front. So, it is a plane between these two. Okay. So, here you can see what are the different parts of this. So, the fibrous structure or skeleton is present mainly in the form of rings, means fibrous collagenous rings. So, each ring is surrounding each orifice. See, it is guarding the mitral valve and as well as tricuspid valve. So, each valve is supported by means of a circularly arranged or annually arranged collagenous tissue. So, each atrioventricular orifice is guarded by this collagenous tissue, okay, in the form of fibrous skeleton. And one more important fibrous means part of the fibrous skeleton is the tendon of Todaro. So, already have identified in the dissection. So, where it is present? It is in the right atrium. So, in the atrial valve, septum, in the interatrial septum, you can identify the extension of this tissue. So, what is that tissue? Collagenous tissue, or it is a collagenous band lies immediately beneath the endocardium, means subendocardial collagenous band which extends from the central fibrous body towards the orifice. What is that? Inferior vena cava orifice. So, the orifice is guarded by a valve. See, this is the valve. So, the tendon of Todaro means it's a collagenous band lies immediately beneath the endocardium. So, subendocardially collagenous band extends from the central fibrous body. Actually, it extends from this septal leaflet, okay, to the valve of the inferior vena cava. So, this is the tendon of Todaro, is an important part of the fibrous skeleton of the heart. So, this picture is showing what is that level where there is a fibrous skeleton of the heart. So, it lies the plane between the atria and ventricles, right? So, what is this remnant of the atrioventricular cushions? So, we have two atrioventricular cushions. So, the fibrous skeleton is a remnant of the atrioventricular cushion and divides the atria from the ventricles. What I told, it lies between the atria and ventricles. So, it is dividing the atria from the ventricles. Then supports the valves. Each and every valve, you see the valve is guarding the aortic orifice, pulmonary orifice, atrioventricular orifices. So, each and every orifice is guarded by valve, means that those valves are attached to this annulus, fibrous annulus. and electrically separates the atria from ventricles. So whatever electrical potential means impulses are generated from the SA node, which are traveled through this fibrous skeleton. So electrically it is separating the atria from the ventricles. How it is, we'll see in the later slides. And is origin of membranous interventricular septum. Okay. Then, so these are the parts. Now, it is present in the form of the circular fibrous rings. What I told, each and every orifice is guarded by this fibrous skeleton. So, in what way it is guarding? In a circular fibrous ring and interconnected by intervening fibrous tissue. See, among these four orifices, there is a circularly arranged collagenous tissue, and in between there is a connecting fibrous tissue. Okay, then surrounds the four bars. Then what are those four such rings? So the four rings are comprising atrioventricular rings for tricuspid valve and bicuspid. So if you see the structure, it is exactly showing the picture of 8. So the number 8, you can identify each atrioventricular orifice is guarded by a fibrous ring. Okay, and if you see the structure, it resembles the letter number 8. Then aortic ring. So aortic ring means around the aorta. Then pulmonary ring. So around the pulmonary artery. So where the ventricle is continuous as, see the right ventricle is continuous as the pulmonary trunk. Then left ventricle continuous as the aorta. So those orifices means that is a base. So at that particular level, there is a these orifices are guarded by fibrous tissue. So that should be in the form of the circular ring. So we have together four fibrous rings. So what are the functions? If you see here, identify each among these four orifices, we have a connective tissue, right? In this picture, you can identify. See, this is a orifice, membranous part of interventricular septum here. It lies in between. So the fibrous ring around the mitral valve, and this is the surrounding fibrous skeleton around the tricuspid valve. So between them, there is a fibrous tissue. Now you see, this is an aorta. So between the aorta and the tricuspid valve, some sort of triangular fibrous tissue. So what is this? Right fibrous trigone. And the fibrous tissue which is connecting the aorta with that of the bicuspid valve. So the fibrous tissue is composed, means condensed between these two orifices is a left fibrous trigone. So with the age advances, what happened? In this collagenous tissue, there is a gradual deposition of the calcium. So due to the excess accumulation of this calcium, so what happened? There is a formation of the bone. So such sort of bone means os trigonum of the heart. What is that? Os trigonum of the heart. But it is very, very rare in the human. But it is frequently we can see in some other animals. So already in some researchers, they have identified os trigonum. So in other animals, we can identify in this central structure, there is a os trigonum. So with the age advance, there is a accumulation of the calcium deposition. So due to that, we can see the formation of the os trigonum, but it is not seen in the humans. It is only we can identify in the animals, other animals. Okay. So what is the purpose of this fibrous skeleton of the heart? So till we have seen what are the different parts. Okay. Then what is the purpose of this fibrous skeleton? First of all, it gives structural support. So from firm base of the heart valves. So base of the heart valves means where the junction. For example, you see aortic orifice. So that is nothing but the left ventricle continues with the aorta. So at that level, this fibrous structure is giving a support, and thereby it gives a support to the valves. Then it anchors the cardiac muscle. So what is the meaning? Anchors the cardiac muscle means this fibrous tissue is receiving the attachment of the normal muscle cells of the heart. So what is that muscle? Cardiac muscle. So if you see the upper aspect, means the superior aspect of this fibroskeleton, the atrial musculature, the cardiac muscle of the atria will be attached. Whereas the below means lower surface gives attachment to the ventricular cardiac muscle. Then one more important function, that is, it is an electrical insulator. So what is that? Electrical insulator. And moreover, it separates the atria from the ventricles, then directs the action potential to the specific pathways. So how it is means, for which we have to know the details of the conducting system of the heart. Okay, so electrical insulator means at the junction between this atria and ventricle. So how the electrical impulses travel from the atria to the ventricles means there is a junction point, that is nothing but AV node. So, and from this AV node, the impulses must travel through the AV bundle of the His, as you know already. Okay, so this fibrous structure, it lies exactly between atria and ventricles. So it is a partition, means act as a electrical insulator. So from here, from how the electrical impulses carried from the atria to the ventricles, so for which we should know the details about the conducting system of the heart. Okay. So what is that conducting system? Nothing but the three layers of the heart, means, as you know, the from inner to outer side, endocardium, myocardium and epicardium, right? So this myocardium is made up of the muscle cells which are known as cardiac muscle cell, as you know. But here I am telling the specialized cardiac muscle cells, means network of specialized tissue that stimulates the contraction. So in what way it is stimulating the contraction? Means by providing electrical stimulus, that is electrical impulses. So a particular point means where these cardiac muscle cells only, they are well defined, means specialized for producing these electrical impulses. So which are known as specialized tissue, and these are cardiac specialized or modified cardiac myocytes. And so in what way? Why I am telling modified cardiac myocytes? Because the heart can contract without any innervation, means nerve stimulus. Why? Because of the presence of these specialized cardiac myocytes. So what are these cells? We'll see in the next slides. So what are the components of this conducting system? SA node, atrioventricular node, atrioventricular bundle of His, and right and left branches of the AV bundle, then finally terminates as Purkinje fibers. So these are the 5 components you have to mention in case of the conducting system of the heart. So what are those things? So see the sinoatrial node, means SA node. It is act as a pacemaker. Why? Because in this SA node, the specialized myocytes, means the specialized cardiac cells, they will generate the impulses, which are electrical impulses. So from here, the electrical impulses passes through the left atrium by means of interatrial pathways, and from the SA node to the AV node by means of internodal pathways. So these electrical impulses will generated from the SA node and travel through these pathways. So interatrial node, interatrial pathway, and internodal to the AV node. So the impulses pass to the at the atrioventricular node, then from the AV node to the AV bundle. So the AV bundle is traveled through the interventricular septum, and most of this is the membranous part of the interventricular septum. And on reaching the muscular part, what happened? It is divided into right and left branches. So these branches conduct the impulses through the interventricular septum. Then finally from the septum they leave and travel through this papillary muscle. So here will be divided into smaller and smaller branches, which are known as so interatrial atrioventricular bundle, Then from the bundle, it divides into right and left branches. And from these branches, finally, it travels through the Purkinje fibers. So these Purkinje fibers depolarize the cells of the means, that is cardiac muscle cells of the ventricles. So both ventricles will be depolarized. Now coming to the SA node. So what is the location? Say SA node is also known as Keats and Flack node. So what is the location? It is situated in the right atrium in the upper part of the sulcus terminalis. The exact location you have to mention. So what is the location? It is present in the right atrium and in the upper part of the sulcus terminalis, then just below the opening of the superior vena cava. Then it is very important. Why? Because it acts as a pacemaker of the heart. So it generates impulses, then initiate the contraction of the atria. Okay, so producing the heartbeat. Then impulses traverse through the atrial wall to reach the AV node. So here from the SA node, how these impulses reaches the AV node? By means of three branches. So by means of three internodal branches, anterior, intermediate and posterior. Okay, so these branches reaches the AV node. Then these impulses or heartbeat is in the rate of 70 to 100 per minute. So average approximately 70 per minute. Then AV node. So AV node is also known as Tabara, node of Tabara. And comparatively it is smaller than the SA node. So where is the location? Means what is the location of this AV node? So location is triangle of Koch. So where it is present? Triangle of Koch. It is in the right atrium, the lower part of the intraatrial septum. So triangle means the three boundaries which are surrounding this structure. So in this area we can find out this AV node. So in front by the leaflet, septal leaflet of the tricuspid valve, above by the tendon of Cordaro, and behind and inferiorly by the opening of the coronary sinus. So among these three boundaries we can identify this AV node. Then as it is smaller than the SA node, see it generates the impulses at the rate of 40 to 60 beat. Whereas that is SA node 79 average. So 60 to 100, but here it generates impulses at the rate of 40 to 60 per minute. Then atrioventricular bundle. So the bundle of His. So where it is present, it begins from the AV node, then crosses the atrioventricular ring. So right atrioventricular ring. Then travels through the membranous part of the interventricular septum. Then at the upper part of the muscular interventricular septum, what happened? It divides into right and left branches. Then these branches, next, these branches, you see, right branch of atrioventricular bundle passes down to the right side of the interventricular septum. So here we have to know. So as we already dissected the ventricle, so in the interior of ventricle, from the interventricular septum to the base of the anterior papillary muscle, there is a subendocardial band which extends towards the base of the anterior papillary muscle. So what is that? Septomarginal trabeculae. So that is also known as moderate band. So from this atrioventricular bundle, so to the right ventricle, to which point first these impulses extend, that is the base of the anterior papillary muscle. Then after what happened? It divides into smaller and smaller Purkinje fibers. Then it will be depolarized the entire right ventricle. So these are the final distribution of this right branch of the AV bundle. Whereas left branch goes on to the left side. So how it is divided? Within the interventricular septum, it divides into anterior and posterior sets of the branches. So they will reach the corresponding bases of the anterior and posterior papillary muscles. But on the right side, what happened? It divides first into a moderated band, that is from the interventricular septum to the base of the anterior papillary muscle. So that's why it is known as moderated band. Okay, so impulses from the AV bundle which reaches the first base of the anterior papillary muscle. Then Purkinje fibers. So these are the terminal branches. So AV bundle is divided into right and left branches. So each and every branch again divides into smaller subendocardial plexus. So which are known as Purkinje fibers. So they generate impulses at the rate of 20 to 30 per minute. So what is the blood supply? See, nearly whole conductive system except the left branch supplied by the right coronary artery. Whereas left branch of AV bundle is supplied by the left coronary artery, sometimes both right and left coronary arteries. Okay, so what is the blood supply of the conducting system? The sinoatrial node, AV node means most of the parts. So all the components are supplied by the right coronary artery. Sometimes see left coronary artery supplies only left branch of the AV bundle. Okay. So if there is any abnormality of the conducting pathway, means any part, SA node or AV node, so what happened? It may be a congenital or acquired. So it results in the rhythm abnormality or arrhythmia. So the heartbeat is not normal. So what is the condition called arrhythmia? It may be congenital or acquired. So arrhythmia is simply means, so how can you define? It is not beating in the correct timing. So as it should. These may take the form of the heart beating too fast, means tachycardia, or too slow, that is the bradycardia. So arrhythmias as well as physiological electrical flow across the heart trace using an electrocardiogram. So this is a way we can assess what is the heartbeat, whether it is too fast or too slow, or whether it is in normal. So we are taking the electrocardiogram. Okay. So what is the other important condition, that is the sick sinus syndrome. So what is this? It is a term reference to the disorders of the SA node. So if it is any abnormality in the SA node, so what happens? Disorders that may result in either bradycardia or tachycardia. And it also includes some disorders that can cause the heart rate to switch between tachycardic and bradycardic states. So that is also known as bradycardic tachycardia syndrome. Okay. Then sick sinus syndrome can also include pauses in SA node activity longer than 1 to 2 seconds. So it is relatively rare disorder that becomes more prevalent with the increased ischemic. Okay. Causes. In addition to aging, sick sinus syndrome may also be caused by drugs. So the drugs which can be used for beta blockers or calcium channel blockers. So there may be chance of this sick sinus syndrome. And drugs used to lower blood pressure levels and abnormal electrolyte levels also, means hyperkalemia also is one of the cause for the sick sinus syndrome. So these are the various causes. So if there is SA node abnormality, the heartbeat means the entire rhythmicity will be disturbed. And some patients living with sick sinus syndrome means it is okay, optimum, but may experience palpitations, pre-syncopal or syncopal episodes, fatigue, weakness, or acute onset of confusion and chest pain. And abnormal heart rate may also cause sleep disturbances as well. Okay. Then ECG tracing can be collected over 24 to 48 hours. So then we can evaluate whether these patients may require placement of an artificial pacemaker or not. Okay, so ECG is a has a very important role, whether means heartbeat is a normal or any abnormality. Okay, so ECG pattern can also determine the types of abnormal pathways. Abnormal pathways means the disorder lies at any level, SA node or AV node or any AV bundle. Okay, so that is the ECG pattern can help us. Then one more thing, Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. So it is a congenital abnormality involving abnormal conduction pathways between atria and ventricles. So the problem lies at the SA node or AV node. These aberrant circuits provides pathways for the reentrant tachycardia impulses associated with the supraventricular tachycardia. So these are the various clinical aspects regarding this conducting system. Okay, so fibroskeleton and conducting system means you should know what are the different parts of the fibroskeleton. So what are the different parts of the fibroskeleton, how it is forming and why it is important. Okay, so the first important structural support. The second is a partition between atria and ventricle. So what is the use of this partition? Means it is a delaying the impulses reaching from the AV to AV bundle. Okay, so then it acts as a third important function is act as an insulator. So these are the three important functions. Then conducting system means, so what is this? What for this? So heart is not is dependent in nerve supply to contract. Okay, so why? Because of the presence of a well means specialized or modified cardiac cells itself present in particular areas. So what are those areas? We have already discussed the SA node, node, AV bundle of his. So how these specialized myocytes or cardiac cells are responsible for the excitation of the heart, means helpful in the heartbeat. Okay, so what is the various abnormalities, means various disorders related to this conducting system parts. So this is a today's class. Okay, so revise the conducting system. Exam point of view also it is important for 4 marks question. Okay, thank you.